everyone. Yeah, I'm Dawn. I'm Juliet Dawn, but a lot of people call me Dawn. I'm 64 years old. I was diagnosed with adenocarcinoma. I pronounced it okay. What it actually is, it was stage 4 lung cancer. In 2013 I was diagnosed. I asked, because they said to me that there's nothing really they can do for me. So I'd have to have chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and an operation. But maybe it would give me a month or 2 months. But it was endurable. So then I asked, well, how many years do I have? And the doctor held my hand and she said, no, I'm sorry, you haven't even got a year. Anyway, I don't have much time. So I left and I went home, I did a lot of research and changed a lot of things in my life. When I went back for them to start me on the chemo, they checked me and my cancer had gone. I hope you're not. So that was in 2013. So, but they said to me, look, we can't sign you off because that's what you have. Where it's gone, no one knows. But I know. Anyway, so they said, no, we can't sign you off because you're still going to have to come to the hospital every 2 months. So, for a month in my life I was fine, but every time I was going back, there was this mental thing. So, I sort of suffered, I have no scars, but mentally, I was sort of suffering for these 3 years, constantly going back, and anyway, in 2016, I was fine for those 3 years. In 2016, they said to me, they're really sorry, but it's actually come back in a different place. So, I thought, okay. So I said to them, so again, they offered me the same thing, chemo, radiotherapy, and an operation. So, when the doctor finished, I said, could you give me 1 month and test me again? So the doctor said, I don't think you really understand the seriousness of this. I said, I do, but can you honour my wish? So they did. So after a month, they tested me again. When I went back for the results, it had gone again. And that was 2016. Where I am now, I'm still under the hospital because they won't let me go. I'm feeling extremely blessed, let me tell you. Okay? cancer, like a lot of these ladies that tell you they're cancer-free, but you've heard their stories, they're still going through certain things, okay? Because it's kind of still...
The back of their head.
Yeah.
I understand.
So anyway, I'm fine.
Amen.
Now what this organisation has done for me, because I'm okay, everyone sees it as me being okay, it's been extremely hard to speak about my inner feelings, so I've always had to sort of cover it up, but then, you know, I'm still act like, yeah man, I'm free and everything is nice, you know what I mean, but I'm still having to go to the hospital and I'm still going through certain things within me. But coming here, meeting Leanne, the best thing that could ever happen. And meeting all these wonderful ladies. And when I first went to the meeting and heard all their stories, saw all their scars, I said to Leanne, I should be here because I haven't got going through half of what the ladies are going through. And Leanne said to me, but Dawn, how about your mental scars? And it was so lovely to hear that, because no one ever recognised that, not even the medical team. So that is like my story. So I'm happy. And I'm blessed.
The wonderful Helena, please. She's joined us all the way from Southampton for these 2 days, so come on.
Sorry.
Hi everybody. Don't get the dress all, yeah? Hi everyone, my name's Helena, and yes, I'm from Southampton. I don't actually know how I met Leanne, so I won't leave with that. It's embarrassing. So, I am 41 years of age, and I was diagnosed with a grade 3 breast cancer in my right boob back in 2014. Wow, so I'm a dancer, fitness instructor, blah, 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 all that stuff. Right? So I was literally the peak physical fitness of my life at age 36. I was ripped. Yeah, and you know, I felt good about myself. So when I turn up and I'm like, hang on, there's an egg in my boob, where did that come from? I knew straight away it was cancer. I knew straight away, because it's not, what else is it going to be having a party in there? It's just, you know. So there I am, go down to the doctor sends me off, I have my scans, I have biopsies. Woman said she was only going to go in for a biopsy 3 times, she went in 12. She left the room, come back, and I'm like, okay, stop trying to bullshit me, I don't know what's going on. So, I get my diagnosis now, and the surgeon, who's all very softly, you probably guessed already, I'm not a softly, I haven't got time for that shit. Right, so he's like, sorry, it is breast cancer. And I'm like, okay, cool, we're going to cut fucker out. So he says, no, that's not the option, it's widespread, you've got to have your boob cut off, etc., etc. I said, okay, alright, well, just give me the details, I've got things to do, I literally had things to do. I had 2 hours, no really, listen, 2 hours, my son's birthday party was starting. I needed to go and sing happy birthday and blow out candles, I didn't have time for no cancer. So, there we go. And I couldn't believe it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I actually said, what the f***? And so I said, okay, look, do you need to cut my boob off? Do you really need to cut my boob off? He said, yes, you need to cut it off. I said, okay, cool. And then he said, you have to have chemotherapy. My nickname is Noodles. Right, because of my hair. I became egg noodles. My hair fell out, right? So I had to get rid of my hair. I did my best to keep working and everything else. And you know, it just felt like a bloody inconvenience. I didn't have time for this. It didn't make no sense. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do all of this stuff. It doesn't make any sense. I'm so fit and healthy. That was a good thing though, because then when I started chemo, I was really strong and I just smashed it. All right. So then I go back, have my boob cut off, all this stuff. Didn't have radiotherapy, had a year-long treatment. They come, they say, cancer's gone. And I go, hey, just about managed, shut the door! So I just about managed to get myself back together again. And I'm thinking, yes, start my life, get sorted, right? Yeah.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. And it came back. In the same place. Like millimeters, the same place. Now that made even less sense, because I've had my boob cut off for this shit. What's going on? And it came back, so I had to do it all over again. So that was 2017? Yeah, 2017. It's my other half over there. So I've done it all over again, done the chemo, I've got this extra drug that they're like, oh, you just about fit the criteria to get it, so we're going to squeeze you in on the radar, so I've had these extra drugs and whatnot.
Everybody, my name is Jackie, I'm age 52. My diagnosis was in June last year, 2018, and I was diagnosed with precancerous cells in the milk duct. I had a left mastectomy because the precancerous cells were widespread, and if they just removed part of the breast, they would either be left with little or no breast. So I had to have a full mastectomy with reconstruction, and also lymph node removal as well. I'd like to add, because I don't think anybody's talked about the drains that you have to go home with. Yeah. And they're actually stitched. You have one on top, one underneath, and then stitched at the side, and they fill up with all the fluids and the blood. And I had mine for nearly a month. Yeah, nearly a month. And you have to sleep on your back, and you've got these drains that you have to this bag around you and to get in the bath. And it was very, very challenging. And I can remember going to the clinic, preparing for my pre-op assessment, and I saw a woman walking really slowly with these drains, and it absolutely terrified me. So I had a mastectomy, and I did actually heal quite well. I did have some issues with painful hematoma, and that delayed my recovery. But I did actually heal quite well on the outside, but on the inside there was a lot going on, not emotionally, but through healing. The pathology report actually showed that part of the precancerous cells had quickly developed into stage 2 cancer. However, because it was still contained in the milk duct, the full mastectomy meant that I was instantly cancer-free. Where I'm now, because I was very postmenopausal when I had my surgery, so I was put on a drug called letrozole. And where I'm at now with letrozole, I've been taken off of it because I've had a letter that was sent by an oncologist to my GP. They used the word toxic, so it means the letrozole is actually poisoning me. I've got no grip in my right arm. I can lift my arms just above here. I can't put my arms around my back. I have difficulty getting dressed, walking, my knees, my toes, my feet. I can just about put my hair in a ponytail. So sometimes you see people walking and you think, no, she's nicely dressed, she's got her makeup. Yeah. You have no idea, just getting up out of the chair, walking, just even putting it, I'm thinking of how I'm going to get these boots off when I go home, because it's going to be a struggle. So I'm going to be I'll be taking off letrozole, and I'm going to be on tamoxifen, which I'm not sure that I actually want to take. Because I have not over these symptoms yet. I've just started physiotherapy, and I don't want to start something else that might add to what my symptoms that I'm having already. Why the Black Women's Rising Project? The Black Women's Rising Project called me at the right time. I think when people hear the word cancer, you think instantly death. And And I'm sorry, Jackie, one of my really good friends that I went to primary school with, when I called her up, she started bawling her eyes out on the phone. I'm so sorry. But I had to reassure her as well that I'm going to be okay. I knew I was going to be okay because I knew my prognosis is very good. But we don't know. It may come back, it may not come back. 1 in 2 people get cancer, we only live longer. And I was going to mention about a friend of mine that I shared with you. Nobody knows what we're going to die of. I could die of something completely non-cancer related. And a friend that I shared my diagnosis with back in June, 4 months later, I would not have thought that I had to go and say goodbye to her because she was in an induced coma. Nothing to do with cancer. She died suddenly. And I never expected, I would have thought at the time when I had my diagnosis that my mortality was at risk than hers. So when you hear the word cancer, it doesn't mean death. We are survivors. There's survivors out here. And it's important to talk about it. If you do have symptoms, go to the doctors and get it checked. They do actually move really speedily and quickly. It's very head spinning, but it's really important. And that's my story.
Okay, don't be alarmed. I'm 49 years old. Yeah, 49 years young, I should say, actually. And I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year, August. The 9th of August 2018. I actually found a lump in my breast in April of last year, but I was kind of in denial basically, so I did leave it a long while. Plus I was supporting my sister that was also diagnosed with breast cancer in June of last year, so I kind of put myself on the back burner to support her. But she's actually cancer free, and I'm also cancer free. So I actually did undergo a mastectomy of my left breast and reconstruction, and they did take fat from both my thighs. I was very happy that both my thighs, and reconstructed the breast for me. Unfortunately, one of the flaps failed, so I've got a breast that's not the right size at the moment, so I'm going to have further surgery. I feel lucky because when we think about cancer, we think about people going through chemotherapy and radiotherapy. I was actually fortunate to avoid both of those, so I didn't have chemo or radiotherapy. But I do have to take a tablet called tamoxifen, and I have to take that for the next 5 years. And that's like supposedly kind of mops up any cancer cells because it kind of, my cancer is estrogen positive, so basically it's like, yeah, it's dictated by my hormones, so this tablet is supposed to help me. And where am I now? Really answered that. So yeah, I'm fine. And I feel this project is amazing. I did go to Macmillan's support group, and when I went there were a few, because we're basically at King's, it's a very diverse population, so there were a few black people there, but we didn't feel that it was like a place, a platform we could really share our experiences. But then I saw, when I first went there, I was with my sister, and we saw Leanne, and I was like, oh, we talked to her. She was really like, really friendly. So at the end, we took her number, and she organised all of this so we could have like a support group for black women. And in that group, I just felt it was so inspiring and so empowering because people sharing their stories, we were just laughing, joking about our experiences and also crying about what we were going through, and you know, and it's just hearing everyone's stories just makes you feel like, you know what, I could do this. And you felt like you weren't alone and you were well supported, and it was just amazing. So I just love you guys, honestly. Thank you so much for organising this.
With stage 4 lung cancer. Now stage 4 means that it's incurable, so I think out of the ladies I'm the only one actually still with cancer, and I will do for the rest of my days, unfortunately. Where I'm at now is I'm on a targeted therapy drug, so it sounds very scary, but because they know so much about my mutation, I take a drug a day and it basically attacks the there's the naughty cells. Essentially, they're meant to commit suicide. But recently I've had some disease progression, unfortunately. So they're checking for new mutations because with these fancy drugs, the cancer can actually change and fight back and mutate because they're just a bastard, basically. I can't fluff it up. It's a fairy tale when you come to this side of the dark side. So that's where I'm at now, and also I just want to clarify that I'm definitely not black, and I'm second generation. Lots of black people here today. I was like, oh no, what's family must be here? And I was like, actually no. What's amazing is that lots of black people here from the community interested in the campaign, in Black Women Rising, and I think that's fantastic. I mean, Leanne, you really got to take a moment and appreciate. I mean, come on. It's amazing. It's been executed. Like the fact that this transpired, just an idea, I can't believe it. It's been all over the national press, up and down the UK. Top cancer organisations were here. Yesterday, I'm sure there's some people from that organisations trying to play catch up now, because for so long, people from our community have not been heard. We've heard stories yesterday about, black women not getting the white colour nipples, not the white colour. Yeah. People in my community are not being heard, they're not being understood, they actually don't understand their diagnoses due to language barriers. We're finding that people aren't getting medical treatment because they're being told otherwise by friends and family. So we've got a lot of work to do. And I mean, a lot of you guys, do the hands again. How many of you are actually going through cancer tonight? Can you put your hands up? Had or touched by disease? Okay, so the rest of you guys, because unfortunately you're not exempt. 1 in 2 will get this disease in their lifetime. So make sure you go home, you speak to your family and your friends, have open conversations about your symptoms, because there's people dying in our communities. Asian, black, ethnic minorities, the outcomes are terrible. So we've really got to stick together, support each other, and make sure we get the right treatments and the right support. All right? Thank you. Thank you.
First of all, my name is Ethel. I'm 46 years young. I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer stage 3. I'm on stage negative today. Where am I now? Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm cancer free. I'm not the former me, but I'm beginning to come to terms with the idea that I'm never going to be who I was before. My energy levels are not where they were. In the mornings, the kids will tow their hair. I'd get up, I'd do a bit of exercising, I'd run around the park. I don't do that anymore. However, I'm here and I'm strong and I'm happy to still be here. You don't actually, but I didn't feel that I shared everything with my family and friends because I felt I had to protect them. Because people give you the look. And you begin to feel sorry for the people you're talking to. So you start to reassure them that you're going to be alright. So you don't tell them everything, but the difference about this group is when I meet this particular group of ladies, is that I can say anything and they get it. Whether it be about me being black or my culture or anything, they get it. And that's why this group has been so significant and important in my life. And that's what I think.
30 years old, I was told the worst news that I think anybody could probably at 30 years old hear in their lifetime, and I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. In that appointment, I was told not only did I have cancer, but I was told that I would have to have a double mastectomy because of my age. I was told that I had to have 6 months of chemo, possibly radiotherapy. I was also told, because I hadn't started a family, that I'd probably lose my fertility, because cancer and going through chemo puts you into early menopause. And then I was told, probably I think what was the worst thing, and those who know me very well will probably know that this was the worst thing, I was told I had to take a year off work. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a workaholic, which was probably the worst thing for me out of it all. But what followed after that was 18 months of, in my realness, hell. I went through the treatment, I was unwell, and most of you here, a lot of people that I've been speaking to who've gone through chemo know how it goes. You lose your hair, you lose your mind. Through, obviously, removing my breasts, I lost my body, and part of my soul as well. And yes, I was given the all clear in June 2017. Thank you. But it didn't stop there. I was given this all clear diagnosis, and then, it's oh wow, yes, best news in the world. And actually, yes, it was, but I just didn't feel okay. The trauma of what I had gone through came. You keep it so strong through treatment and getting through all of those drugs and everything, and you know what happens when you get given the all clear, you're allowed to breathe, but you don't. And I suffered with terrible, terrible depression. Went to the hospital and I said, is this right? Is this normal? And sadly for me, the people who were meant to be taking care of me couldn't offer me anything. Well, I don't know, maybe go and see some of the services that are available. What services are available? Well, I don't know, you can go and research. There's one company that is really far away from where I live. They can help. And that didn't help me. And what I've done is I started blogging. I've written a book before, so I started to write. I wrote about my experiences. And then I published them online. And the overwhelming response that I got back from women, not just any women, but BME women, saying that they had gone through exactly what I had gone through, saying that they were happy to see somebody that they could relate to, talking so freely and openly about cancer, inspired this project here today. And I was able to develop this project, and I was able to continue blogging and helping other women. And that's what it's all about, right? We go through these experiences, and yes, they're hard, and they continue to be hard, but I think one thing that fuels us and has fueled this project is actually about supporting other women. And that's what we all do here as a collective. We support each other, and as supporting each other, we've been able to create this amazing thing. I don't think any of us here wanted to take these pictures. I don't think any of us here were comfortable when we saw these pictures. There wasn't any one of you guys that turned around and said, I love my picture. But what we did is we put our egos and ourselves aside and said, we don't want any other woman of colour to go through what we did again. So here we stand united with this Black Women Rising project to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay? We're going to hear from these wonderful ladies coming up to tell their stories. And then we're going to offer the floor to you to ask any questions that you would like as well. Thank you.
When it comes to cancer, we can't really speak about it in depth tonight because it's your turn tonight to ask us some questions. However, it's a hard journey, but the battle, united, we can get through it. So it's so important about supporting one another. That's my take on cancer. It means supporting one another when someone's diagnosed to help them through it. Also, I forgot last night, I wanted to say, remember to be the person when someone's diagnosed that you call. Do not wait. Do not say to them, if you need me, I'm here. Don't do that. I know, sisters. I know the pain in this section. Right? Do not wait for people to say, I'm going to call me if you need me. When we're going through, we don't have time to call anyone. We want you to call us. We want you to get to the hospital. We get that confused and we forget sometimes. It's not about you. It's about the person going through. You know, when you make it about that person, so do extend your hand. Sometimes we do it in a way where I just think it's sometimes egotistical sometimes. I'm not quite sure which word I want to use. But we get in our own self and we may have that feeling that we want to do for you. But you have to remember those words. Do not wait for them to call you. You call them every second of the way. Call them. Why is this project needed? What does it mean to me? It means so much to be connected with my sister. It means so much to be connected with a sisterhood. It means so much to me to be unified in my community, with my community, standing with my community. Together, we make a difference. And working with Leanne and healing with Leanne, we can make a difference as a BAME. We change this name all the time sometimes. You know, the BAME community. And support one another. This is important for the awareness that we need for each other and to understand this cancer that's taking so many people. So thank you.
The Black Nation.
I'll change this to bang bang.
Okay, okay. We'll give you that information at the end, but don't leave without getting that information. You can add to the group, get instant help. There's a lot of love and vibes in there, and it's fantastic. Okay, so don't leave until you get that information. We want you all in here. Right, let's move on swiftly. We're going to come on to somebody who's quite nervous, but she done wonderful last night, and this is my mum, Amanda. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, you can speak. I was going to
My name's Amanda. I'm Leon's mum. I'm 59 and I had breast cancer for the second time 3 years ago. Loud, mum.
No.
But now I'm in a really good place.
Good. Why do you think a project like this is needed?
Brings awareness and let other people know, cancer know that there is support and help out there.
Good. Can I just say, I'm really, really proud of my mum. I was talking yesterday, I'm going to put her on the spot again. Okay, shush. You need to get this. But this woman, we were diagnosed, when she was diagnosed the second time, and I was diagnosed, within 6 months of each other. So I nursed her, had to help, even though she'll tell everybody I didn't. But I actually did. But we were diagnosed within 6 months of each other. And something that will signify our relationship is a moment that I like to always share with people about the hardship and hope of cancer is my mum, as you see her wonderful picture over there, she actually had a double mastectomy, never had any reconstruction. I had a double mastectomy with reconstruction. And we had this moment, didn't we, a few months ago, where I was in her room, and we just laughed. We were like, we both don't have breasts, and we laughed. And I laughed, but at the same time, it was quite tearful as well, because I was like, wow, after all we've been through.
So again, we're alive.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's the hope out of it, and I think you can have those moments where you're like, wow, this is deep, but at the same time, there's so much more to live for. So, thank you, Mum. And invite lovely Charlotte up now, so yay. Charlotte.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm 28 years old. I was diagnosed with lymphoblastic lymphoma stage 3 in December 2007. Before I tell you where I'm at, I will quickly tell you where I was. So one of the drugs paralyzed me. I was told I never walk or talk again. But I was cancer free April 2010. The although I'm not walking perfectly, I am walking and I am talking. And this project means a lot to me because I suppressed so much emotion for so many years, and being able to be around people like these ladies means I'm able to open up. And it's so important to not suppress your emotions because it can make you sick. So that's why it's so important to me.
I'd love to invite the lovely Sharon up. My chemo best friend. I actually met Leanne on the chemo ward. It was my first chemo session. I just kept looking over at her, and she was just like so confident. She was there with her mum, but her mum was a friend. She was just really, really confident. And I just thought, before I leave here, or before she leaves here today, I need to get her number. And we just used to WhatsApp voice note, like at the worst times, like, you know, when crying, like, oh, so poorly. We were just like there for each other, so yeah, that's how I met Leanne. But anyway, my name is Sharon, and I'm 46 years old, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2016 November. My friend Lorraine, thank you for coming, Lorraine. She was actually with me when I got diagnosed. She started crying and I actually just left her in the hospital. The reason she started crying was because a year before that, our friend, Debbie Smith, who somebody else is here in remembrance of her, died of breast cancer. So it was probably really like mega freaky, you know. Another friend had been diagnosed. But anyway, Debbie's got her wings, so that's one of the reasons why I think that this Black Women Rising is needed, because Debbie went through her treatment quite quietly, and some of us need to have a voice and get this message out, awareness, not hide away in the community. If you're white Caucasian, we always know if a white Caucasian person has got cancer, because their skin is really pale, the hair falls out, they wear their, like, you know, their bald head proudly. We know, oh, that person's got cancer. But in the black community, what do? Put a wig on, put a head wrap on, you know, talk about it. You don't know, we just like, you know, walk a bit slower, but we don't know, so we need to promote awareness. It's not a shameful thing, we don't have to hide. And so that's why we're here, promoting this cause and getting this message out. Where am I now in my treatment? So I had a mastectomy, which is my breast completely off. They tried to save as much of the skin as possible. They created a new breast for me at the same time, so I can have like a 10-hour operation. They harvested my skin and my flesh from my tummy, and then I went on to have chemotherapy, then I went on to have radiotherapy. Unfortunately, the radiotherapy killed parts of my new reconstructed breast. I had another operation in October the 20th to make me symmetrical, because I was wearing a prosthetic. Which is like a fake boob. You don't know the type of some of you don't know what a mastectomy is. So now I'm a bit more symmetrical. Unfortunately, because the necrosis, which is like dead flesh, so my treatment is still pending. I'm just waiting for another operation. But I'm not priority, because obviously every day women are getting diagnosed with cancer, so they prioritise those patients in surgery, so hopefully they'll get round to me soon. And that's why I'm here, so, and I'm cancer free.